SafetyFM.com with Jay Allen. Changing safety cultures, one broadcast and one podcast at a time.
Welcome to Safety FM, where we talk about safety that's truly inspired by you. Hello and welcome to Safety FM. This episode of the broadcast and the podcast is brought to you by Safety Focus Moment. They are consultants that want to help you get to the safety culture that you've been looking for. For more information, go to safetyfocusmoment.com. Hello and welcome to Safety FM. This is Jay Allen. Today's Friday, so you know that this is a mini episode, but I've come to the conclusion that today's episode is going to be different than the ones that we do most of the times. And here's the reason why. I just really want to talk about for a few moments things that are going on, just some reference pieces, and have you kind of jump around and do some other things if you're interested in following along.
Safety FM.
First off, what I want to start off with, I don't know if how often or if you have even come out to our safetyfm.live website, or you can even come to safetyfm.com. And we normally have a live streaming service that's right there. And when I say live streaming, we stream a lot of our episodes. Ever so frequently, I will actually jump in and do some live broadcasting directly off of there. And we also have Dr. Tim Ludwig with Insight into Your Safety Culture that we actually play on there. And he's on a scheduled time slot and so on. But the reason that I'm referencing this is that on the 10th of October, and that will be at 10:30 Pacific time, so 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific time, we're going to have Dr. Tim Ludwig doing a keynote speech live, and it will be essentially a simulcast. He will be in a location doing the keynote speech on behavioral safety now, and then we're going to stream it live directly on Safety FM. So that's one thing that we have going on. The other thing that I wanted to reference real quick is that our next episode will be a question and answer episode. So feel free on coming by at safetyfm.com. Go ahead, drop your questions inside of there. We'll go ahead and respond to the best of our ability on the questions and get those back out on the following episode on Tuesday. Now, the thing that I wanted you to take a listen to, if you haven't already had the opportunity to, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to a lot of them dealing with safety. Of course, I have some we're dealing within the entertainment industry, but that's entirely different. But this particular podcast is the Pre-Accident Investigation by Dr. Todd Conklin. And he has an episode that comes out so frequently that's called The Safety Moment. And he released an episode on September 19th. And it's titled, Get Caught Trying to Make the World Better. If you had not had the opportunity to listen to this particular episode, I will encourage you strongly to go out there and take a listen. He has a very important message inside of that podcast. Please take a moment and listen to it. I'm going to put it inside of the description of this particular podcast. So go out there, jump on it, take a listen. I think it's a great message. And like I said earlier, don't forget to send in your questions and we'll have them answered for our next podcast in long form. Thank you for listening to Safety FM Mini. I have been your safety manager and host, Jay Allen. And until next time, be safe.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.
Join the fun on social media and find us on Facebook at Safety FM.